Hey guys, Ops here with a friend, Lynx,
Hey guys.
and we're going, we're continuing with the format that we've been doing for the past two videos.
Yes,
Yeah.
where it's just more of a podcast style rather than a video style.
Yeah.
Um, so I do have a trivia question today.
Okay. Let's hear it.
What is what is the world's only nation to have a non-quadrilateral, oh my gosh, I'm struggling saying words, quadrilateral shaped flag?
The only country, a nation
Yes,
that doesn't have a flag that's a
only
square
country.
or rectangle.
Basically, yes.
I, but it's still a flag.
Yes.
I have no idea. Not in the slightest.
So I'll give you a hint. It's based on something within that region. It's so is this gonna make more sense actually if I just say it. Nepal.
Nepal. Okay.
It's basically two triangles. And if
Their
you turn
flag
aside,
is two triangles.
basically, you can look it up real quick. It's just like
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All flag. Oh my. Interesting.
very
Yes,
interesting.
sir. That is interesting.
I just thought, hey, we're doing something on travel. Oh, maybe we should say what we're doing first.
We're gonna be jumping around with a lot of topics.
Yes. So basically the first one we're gonna do is a Pokemon starter tier list. Then, correct me if I'm wrong, William. Um, which one do you want to do next?
We're doing
Actually,
the places we want to travel and why.
yes. And then finally, we're doing the media that made us,
Yeah.
or the movies that made us, basically.
All
Either or,
media, video
media.
games, other stuff.
That's true. Um, so I guess we're gonna hop right in.
Yeah, we're just gonna hop right in. Yes, sir.
And for the starter tier list, we're not including Pikachu
Yeah, we're not doing Pikachu or Eevee. Those are out.
because I just don't think that counts.
Yeah, Pikachu and Eevee. They're not good enough, huh?
No, that's not it at all. It's just
So this is just a tier list that's just already pre-made. That was on the tier maker website. So this dude did it. Just giving him some credit right here. Okay. So
so.
this goes all the way up to the most recent. So
I feel like I'm gonna have to go.
well, do you want to just like go in order, or do you want to say like, oh, which one's going to S tier and which one's going to A plus? I'm gonna get rid of A plus. I don't like that. Let's just have A, S, B, C, D, E. You know?
Okay. Um, we can go in order actually.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what's his name? Grookey?
Grookey. Yes.
Yeah, I remembered it.
So his evolution line is pretty decent. I kind of like Rillaboom. I'd say he's a solid B tier starter.
I'm gonna have to like take your word for it, kind of with the last
I
most
think
recent windshield.
I think you'd actually like this starter, William. I think this is the one you would choose.
I would. I would absolutely
So
choose this one.
I'm gonna put in just because I feel like you'd really like it, and I
Well, we
know a
can
lot.
do it. Are we doing this based on like in game or like in game design? Also, which ones we
I mean,
like,
just
or we just
we're taking in all those factors. I think.
all those factors? Yeah, I'm good with it at A. I love its design. Look at the what's it? Cake bunny,
Yes. I think it's called Cinderace.
fire bunny.
No,
I don't
Scorbunny.
really
It's
like
Scorbunny.
this.
You're right. I was thinking of something else. Scorbunny. So Scorbunny, I know this is a lot of people's favorite starter in this generation.
Really,
Yes, but
I don't like it.
I'm gonna have to put it in a B tier
B. Okay,
because Cinderace is pretty cool.
I forgot. There's a yeah. Here we go. That's better.
This one hurts my feelings a little bit because it's the one I chose. But I'm gonna have to put Psy
Disgusting.
in D tier.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's the water type. Compared to all the other water types, design's pretty weak.
I would agree, except for Poplio or whatever that one starter is called. I'm not good with the Sun and Moon starters, to be honest.
Yeah, Poplia, I think is its name. So, what was it Tor
Tepig.
Tepig. Yeah, Tepig.
I'd say
When
this is
I first played this generation, I chose Snivy, then I did Tepig, then I did where is it? Where is it at? It's somewhere. Oshawott. And when thinking about it now, Oshawott and Snivy are way better than Tepig.
yes, I'd put Tepig in D tier below Sobble actually.
Below Sabo. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with them.
Um, so I don't know if this matters very much, but you're echoing. I don't know if that will matter for like the video.
It shouldn't.
Okay, I can deal with it then. That's fine.
Because like every single time I've been looking at it, I only I don't echo in the video. It's just kind of like for you, which I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that's fine. That works out. I just didn't want it to like. So I guess three, two, one, go. Uh, this next starter I think is an S tier.
Cyndaquil?
Yes, I'd have to say so. Would you agree?
Yeah, because I mean I don't know if it's nostalgia talking, but I mean Cyndaquil is just a real one, you know?
Yes. I say it's a really solid line of evolution too.
Yeah. Full lava to Typhlosion.
This is where it gets tough because I'm gonna want to put everything in S tier now.
Yeah. Unless you
Um,
want, I mean, we can make adjustments. But like,
maybe we do need that A plus tier.
how about this? How about this?
We move everything down one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Unless we
fair.
think Quilava is like top, top,
Uh,
top.
I'm gonna
Do
save
you-
the top for like something that I like really, really like.
yeah. I really like Cyndaquil, but he's not like top, you
I
know.
would agree with that. Squirtle, I'd say is A tier as well.
Squirtle. Oh yeah. I would say it's actually for me personally, for some reason. I'm thinking him as like a B tier.
Ooh, okay.
Because the reason why, if anything, um, Grookey is solid, but like I'm thinking more of him as a C than we put Squirtle B.
I think Grookey's a B. I don't
You
know.
think he's a B?
Yeah.
I, well, I'm thinking of putting Squirtle on B. But do you
Okay,
want
that's
to?
fine. Yeah, just put him in front of Grookey.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I really love this Pokemon. Pinplup. What are you thinking?
I I l- okay, so I like Piplup, but it's not like a top one for me. Even though the Sinnoh League Gen 4 was like prime me playing Pokemon, right? Like that's the ones that were coming out when I was like the age where Pokemon was. I mean, Pokemon still play Pokemon at any age, but I mean that's like the age where I most played it. Was when Gen 4 was coming out. Um, I I'm good with A or B. I'm not S tier though with Piplup. I
I
can't get there.
I'm gonna try to take like a objective stance and say B.
Yeah, he's
But I
water
don't
steel. So he's if you think about the typing though, um steel's weak to fire, but water is strong against fire.
That's true. So personally I this is just I know this is just me, but I would put Penplup behind Cyndaquil, but I think Penplup should go behind Squirtle.
So you think Piplup should be where?
Behind Squirtle.
Behind
What do
Squirtle.
you what do you think
I'm
about that?
I'm good with that.
Just because I don't know.
Well, for me, it's like these two are kind of like tied, but like it's okay. I'm okay with having Squirtle in front of
I
Piplup.
just feel like Squirtle deserves to be in front because he's like, one of the
Yeah,
first.
be Squirtle.
So this one, I don't know. I know where I'm gonna put this one. What do you think?
So I don't know why, but Froakie just like got it has a lot of people who like Froakie. There are a lot of people, because Froakie is pretty cool. I think he is kind of like hyped up too much. So like I like him to the extent where I would even put him at A. But
I would say
objectively
he's a.
speaking, maybe A or B.
I'd say A, just because I feel like he's hyped up to S, but he's not S. I don't think.
Yeah,
Behind Cyndaquil, I'd
of
say.
course, behind
Do you agree? Do you
Cyndaquil.
agree? Ooh, this one's a tough one for me because this is one of my favorite starters.
This is like your favorite star.
It
Like your
is.
top. I always kind of felt like Mudkip was the runt of the litter for his gen, but he's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, I do see how you think that because you have Torchic and then you also have Trico, which are all like super good Pokemon. I mean,
But he's pretty solid.
I'm gonna have to go B.
Yeah, I'll go with B too. They're just putting most of the water types in B. But where in B?
This is up to you. I'm gonna let you decide.
I'm gonna put him in front of Piplup, but behind Squirtle.
Yes, I feel like all the. I feel like Ruby and like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald starters are gonna go like higher up.
Yeah.
So this is one of your favorites, I think, isn't it? Yes.
So Totodile is my okay. So I would say thinking about Gen 3, right? Or was it Gen 2?
It's Gen 2, I think.
Gen 2? Yeah. So he goes Totodile, what's her face? Chikorita,
Chikorita. Yeah.
and then Cyndaquil. I would say Totodile's equivalent to Cyndaquil.
I'm actually gonna agree with you on that, especially since Totodile was in the anime.
Well, so is Cyndaquil.
That's true. But like Totodile was the one I really remember from the anime
Yeah,
because he was like the goofy one, wasn't he?
he was the goofy one.
I don't know. And I feel like that's like really, I mean, not that, actually, no, I take that back. Being in the anime is a significant thing because like Pikachu is Pikachu because of the anime, you know?
We don't talk about Pikachu here.
That's true. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
the anime does like have a lasting effect on the,
on the way you see the characters.
yes, because like for instance, Greninja is so hyped up because Ash had a Greninja.
Yeah,
Same same thing with like Chimchar with what's his name? Gosh, why can't I think of the
Ash.
third, no, the third stage ev- evolution of
Oh,
Chimchar.
and Fernape.
Yes, Infernape. Because that was a really good story. So
And then Trico has like a whole story with Ash. Have you seen the meme where it's Ash and he first sees the Gen 3 Pokemon, right? And
no.
he sees Trico. He says, "Is that a water type?"
Oh yes, I have seen that.
It's like this man's been out here for 20 years. Doesn't even know what a water type looks like. Ah, yeah. I would say I'm moving on to
Okay.
sniping. Kind of bouncing off of what you were saying about like the way the anime portrays them. When I played in like Gen 5, I first one I chose Snivy. I really enjoyed Snivy because I always thought it was like a Trico-esque kind of Pokemon in my mind. Then I never really watched the anime for the Unova, but I saw snippets of Snivy being this feminine charm user kind of thing. Like it was like a girl and they tried to charm Pokemon, I think. And I was just kind of like, dang, not what I expected.
So this is, I think I'm gonna put it in C.
Yeah, I think
Just
about it
because,
now, and I think he's like a C.
no, my reasoning is just because the next one, I feel like the next one is better than this one.
Yeah,
I know where would you put this one?
Snivy or Oshawott.
Oshawott.
So Oshawott, if I had to think about all the starters, Oshawott is probably my number 3
Ooh,
because I love Samurott. I love Samurott. But objectively speaking,
I'd say it's in
A
B
or B.
because I'm like, Oshawott's cool, but like, yeah, just put him like near Piplup or whatever. And Mudkip, I mean, I feel like that's fair.
Yeah. Because okay, from my personal perspective, because I love Samurott so much, I would want him at A, but I understand the objective, it's B, because I said A or B.
Yeah,
So
that's what I had to do with Mudkip too. I was like, like,
Rowlet,
ooh, I would say
honestly,
this.
I'll let you go first. I'll let you go first.
This was my starter in Sun and Moon, and this is like the only one I really liked. Gosh, I say Rowlet is a solid B or C.
B or C. I gotta be honest. When I look at Sun and Moon's starters plural, I think trash. I don't mean it like any not like complete garbage, but they're just maybe because I never played Sun and Moon, I'm not as like for them. But like I don't get really why people like them because their designs are. I like what's it called? Rowlet's third evolution design. I like
I like
Popular's first evolution, not first evolution, but like starter form. And I don't like Lyn at all. So
yeah,
I'm good with
Incineroar.
I'm good with Rowlet at C. But if you
I
really
put
want to put
him
him at B, I'll put him there.
no, bottom is C, I'd say. I mean, I just really like the design behind Rowlet, like an archer.
Yeah,
I just think that's really
I
cool.
like it a lot. I like third evolution a lot. But
I would have to agree with you on that. Just taking like uh, it's hard because it's like, oh my gosh, this is my starter, right? But like
yeah. Okay.
things,
So this is the myth, the legend, Trico, who I think is like actually, if I were to be honest, I would say Trico and Torchic are both S tier.
I'd say I'd say Trico is definitely S tier. I'm gonna agree with you on that. We'll wait till we get the Torchic to decide. I'm just still trying to like
Yeah,
process it because like, oh my gosh, they're such good starters. So
they were.
Popplio,
So I've told you this before, but
this is one of my least favorite.
I really liked Populo until I found out what it evolved into.
Yes, I would agree with that. I think it's a solid. It's either D or E.
I'm actually thinking of putting it at D.
Okay, that's fine. Just because you like the first stage.
Yeah.
That's how I
Otherwise, it would
am with
just be E.
that's how I am with Sabo. I like the first stage, but I don't like.
If you wanted to, we can put it like in D, but like the behind.
Then I feel bad for Tep Pick.
No, Tip Pig's gonna have a friend really soon.
Oh yes, okay.
If
Um,
you wanted to go to E, I think Glitten should go to E.
I just don't know because like I really don't like Incineroar, right? But Incineroar is like a big character now because of like Smash Bros and stuff. I'm trying to consider like outside, like
Yeah, I would say he's an E, but I'm okay with bringing him up to D. You'd have to give me a good explanation why you would want him to be at C. But no way will I put him at B, A, or S. That's not happening.
I think I think D's fine, like in the middle of D or on the top of D, just
Middle of
because
D.
like just because like I feel like you have to consider that he is in Smash Bros.
Yeah,
And like not that that's like a huge thing, but like a lot of people are like, you know, I Smash Bros is like you don't a lot of those characters are like you don't know who this character is until you play Smash Bros and then you grow to like them, right?
yeah.
So like I feel like that has a big impact that he isn't or this character is in Smash Bros. Okay,
So
so
we have
I
the original S tier.
I'd say it's still an S tier.
Yeah, it's the original.
Is it above Trico though? That's the question.
Oh man, for nostalgia alone,
I don't know. Trico's pretty good though. That's what I'm
oh man, I I like Trico more. to be honest.
I would have to agree. And I think Charizard has a better shiny, but I don't Trico still has a really good shiny.
Now we're at Torchic. I said it was S tier, but I'm
Looking at
o-
Charizard and Trico, I don't know if I could put it in S tier.
I'm okay with it at A.
I'd say
I
it's
think
top of A.
I think the main reason why is because of Blaziken. You know,
Yeah,
that's really it. You know, so I'm thinking, I yeah, I'm gonna put it top at A because I couldn't think of. I thought about putting it after Cyndaquil, but then when I think about that, I don't think Cyndaquil is necessarily better than Totodile, but that they're more like tied in my mind. So I just put it above Cyndaquil.
I understand that, and I just feel like it's had a huge impact on like the game when it came out. You know, like every
Blaziken's in Smash, right?
Blaziken is not in Smash. I don't think
He should be.
that would be cool.
Um, so Chikorita,
I
that's like in D or E for me.
I'd have to say D.
I'm cool with putting it after Sobble, but if you want to put it above or somewhere else on D, I'm fine.
I don't know because I do feel like there's nostalgia to it. You know.
Yeah, but it's like the like I think it's
No,
the
I
least liked. I
hundred
like
100% it's D, but like, does it go at the top of D because of nostalgia?
yeah, you're right. We'll put it top of D.
Okay, so this one,
This is the Bulbasaur. The Bulbasaur.
okay, can we do something real quick before we move Bulbasaur?
What are we doing?
Squirtle to A,
Right.
because that looks more bottom of A. We'll just do Bulbasaur to A now. Behind Squirtle, I'd have to say that.
Okay. I'm not gonna fight that. Turtwig. He's a solid B.
I'd say B, but top of V. So like maybe above Piplup.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Because I think Turtwig, I think everyone kind of just like trashes on the grass starter. But like Turtwig was pretty solid.
Yeah, Torterra is really cool as well.
He is. Grotle is also a decent mid evolution.
That's true. I would agree. Um, so
Chestnut deserves to be at E.
end of E, like worst Pokemon, I think.
Yeah. And then I think Fennec should join E, but like at the top of E. But
That's
I don't know
fine
what your stance
because
is.
I think it should be an E. I don't care where it goes. I mean, I don't know
I'll
if
put it after Tepig, actually. And then we have another S
uh,
tier,
I put it above Tepig actually.
but above Tepig. Then we have another S tier. Right?
I'm thinking. I'm trying to think where it would go because, like, yeah, S tier
See, because
bottom.
Chimchar was the Froakie before Froakie.
Yeah, I'd say it's bottom of S tier.
Yep. Like that Ash Greninja thing. Like everyone, I think a lot of people would agree when I say this, that if that was a thing prior, there would have been an Ash Infernape.
Yes, I agree with that. So I'm just going over this list again, just making sure everything is good. It's so weird because it's like, oh my gosh, I love this Pokemon, but like realistically, it's in this tier. Yeah, I would say the bottom is Chespin.
Yeah,
Tepig.
yeah. I felt
That's
kind
the
of bad
one.
for Tepig. I don't think he deserves to be on E with these scrubs.
I feel like the last stage evolution is just so bad, though.
It is. Well, okay. I actually think Tepig's evolutions are just garbage. Both of them. I think the first is his start is fine, which is why I would say he's D. Because I said the same thing for Popplio, right? So if I'm being fair,
Should pop Leo down.
dang, dang.
What?
Did you say bring? You said bring Popplio down, right?
Yeah,
Why'd you say what like that?
I didn't know what you said afterwards. And then I think the list is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Well, that's our Stote deal list.
Well, obviously our favorite generation is Gen
Well,
3.
yeah. Isn't that everyone's favorite?
I thought most people's favorite is Gen 1, but I'd honestly say my favorite generation is Gen 2.
I favorite generation. Oh, that's actually really hard. Not one. It's between 2 and 3, but I think I like the starters for Gen 3 more.
That's true. I just really like Gen 2's story. I mean, not that Gen 3 has a bad story. It's just like
Oh yeah, I like gold and silver story better.
um my least favorite one out of the ones I played because I haven't played X and Y. I never played X and Y. Didn't play
I played bits of X and Y.
Unova. I never played Unova.
You know the
My le-
story is okay. The music's pretty high.
my least favorite generation I've played every single other one. Or like I don't so I don't know if I ever beat never mind. No, I did. So my least favorite one has gotta be Sword and Shield. I just
Yeah, I
that
don't know
game
anything about them.
that game was terrible. Like
What's the team, like the bad team called?
I don't even remember. Is that bad?
Yeah, that means it's bad. You can remember, you know, every team. There's actually only like two other ones besides the one from like X and Y, which I don't remember
So
because
I
I
don't
never really.
remember Sun and Moon's team, right?
Oh, it was the Skull guys.
Yes, but I remember why they wanted to do what they wanted to do. So I feel like that's had more of an impact. And also, I just really like Sun and Moon. I feel like it's a really underrated Pokemon game.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Southern West, so I can't. I don't know. I don't know. Well,
So I
let's
guess
move on.
so I guess we're gonna talk about places we want to travel now.
Yes. Where we want to travel.
I feel like that was a pretty solid tier list, but
I think it was two.
so this I'm not gonna say my number one place I want to travel first.
Oh, guess what just came out?
What just came out?
I was looking at YouTube while we were discussing this. Injustice exclusive official trailer.
No freaking way. Okay, we have to watch this. Never mind.
Yeah, we have to watch this.
Like, is this like a game trailer or like
No,
a?
this is for the animated movie. I'm pretty sure.
Imagine meeting you here, Lois.
Oh, this is like the beginning.
Priority call to all Justice League
Yeah.
members. A woman is missing.
She's one of ours. Her name is Lois Lane.
Lois. My masterpiece.
Brace yourself!
I'm gonna be honest. Don't really like the Joker in this one.
You took his
Yeah,
wife.
the Joker
You took his unborn child.
is a
and
really
his city.
character in this.
Why?
After all these years, Batsy, you really need reasons from me?
What happened to Metropolis can never be allowed to occur again.
You'll throw away everything the Justice League stands for.
I thought you were saying Injustice 3 trailer just dropped, and I was like, "There's
Nope,
no
not
freaking
that.
way."
The animated.
I mean, that's actually gives me hope a little bit.
For
Injustice 3.
yeah. So that happened.
That's pretty cool, actually. And DC animated movies are really underrated.
They are. They're like top tier movies, but because all like the MCU kind of movie viewers aren't gonna watch animated, movies like that.
Did you watch What If today?
I did not, but
It's
there's
zombie.
a clip called Marvel's What If episode 5 clips on YouTube right now. The thumbnail is Squidward, well, the Squidward guy, and there's like a portal, like a time portal thing with Iron Man 10 coming out. So I'm assuming it has something to do with that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But you should watch it. So I guess
What's some places you want to travel? Tell us your story.
so this is just one for me. This is a really general one. I want to visit Moscow
Okay.
and see like the Kremlin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like there's so much history there and so much
True.
there that I
Doing
could see.
a Imperial Russia class right now. Learning all
Really?
about that. Yes, sir. Oh, the What If is zombies.
Huh?
The What If episode is zombies.
I know I said that.
I didn't hear you say that.
Oh, okay. It's zombies.
Yeah, zombies. I think it's Russia is a scary place, but it's got some nice sights. My turn.
Okay. Gosh.
No, do you have anything else to say about Russia?
Not really. It's just like a really beautiful place. It's just a bunch of history. I don't know. I just
Yeah,
think like
and
the
then snow.
architecture is just amazing there.
Yeah,
Personally, I think that way, but
Russia has been around for, well, like not Russia, but people that comprise Russia been around forever, basically. Russia was taken over by the Mongols at one point for like 200 years, I think.
I mean, they had everything though.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so For me, one place I want to travel is Italia,
Okay, like where?
Salerno. So I don't know if I
Is that how
brought
you
this
say
up.
that? Is that how you
Salerno?
say that? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm assuming because I've talked to professors who are from Italy, and when I said Salerno, they understood what I meant. So I'm assuming it's decent enough.
You've got to be right though, because you're Italian.
I gotta be right. Whatever I say is right because my blood contains Italian blood. But
I
yeah, I would. The reason why is because I want to visit Salerno in general, like specifically, is because that's where my mom's side of the family comes from. Like that place in Italy.
awesome. It's really interesting when I mean I would like to visit Italy for sure, or not. I know this isn't the same place, but it's like in the same area. Greece.
What do you
It's
mean?
just like
They're the same thing. What are you talking about? They're the
what
same
do you?
thing.
They're not the same thing though.
I'm joking.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like,
They're
what?
the same thing.
Has
Come
my
on now.
life been a lie?
No.
No, but like I feel
Yeah.
like Italy is more red and like Greece is more blue. Does that make sense?
What are you talking about? You mean like politically speaking, or just like the way you see them?
Like colors. I don't know. Like when I think of Greece, I think blue. Like blue houses.
Yeah.
When I think of Italy, I think like red, like pink flowers, red flowers.
The reason why I would say you probably think that is because the Roman Empire, red.
Oh, that
Um,
is true.
Greek Athens, blue.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I feel
I
like
don't
this
know.
is a really solid pick, William.
Your pick was pretty solid too.
I I have another one.
I
So
do imagine that we do want to visit more places than just one place.
no, just one place.
Just one place.
So I have this friend, right? And he has family that lives in this different country. It's called Guatemala.
Dang.
And like he says I should go there. So I do want to visit Guatemala.
Who said you should go there?
My friend. But he'd
That
also say
friend is
they'd probably
dumb.
not like me because I'm white.
I don't know, man.
But my friend also is pretty white too because he's Italian.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. My thing is this. I
Where
would
would
like
my
to go to.
friend where would my friend recommend going in Guatemala in specific?
So when I went to Guatemala, I went on like a speed run. I was me and my family were running Guatemala because we were only there for I think a week or two. And there's even though Guatemala in comparison to other countries is smaller, right? It's packed with so many things. Like there's Atitlan, which there's Antigua. I'll just type in some of these places. I would like to visit Guatemala again, but the only issue is like I don't speak Spanish. And even though Guatemala has a lot of places that actually have more like tourists than actual Guatemalan residents, like I would say that's what I've been told about this place called Antigua. Has like a lot of white people, a lot of gringos kind of thing. Um so I mean they have a lot of places where you can speak English,
Don't they have
but
like the not pyramids, but like kind of pyramid things there.
Yeah. Tikal. That's one of the ones I went to. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. Whew. So I was at Tikal. Go to images. Where there's just a bunch of these ruins. There's just so many of these ruins. Are you able to see it?
Yes. I think you showed me some pictures.
I did. I absolutely did. And they have this one where there's like really high up there. Usually, okay, so they don't let people climb up like they used to because of safety hazards. Like 20 years ago, you were able to climb up like a lot of these. You're still able to climb up a few of them, but there's this really tall one that you're able to climb up, which is just insanely high. I don't remember what that one in particular was called though. Yes, there's a lot of stuff like this. Why is this here?
I don't know.
Why? Why is that? I don't know. That's why is? Did they go to Guatemala or something? Did Sonic go to
I don't
Guatemala?
know.
I saw one of these animals.
What
I forgot
are
what they're
those
called.
animals?
I actually have a video of it at Tikal.
Oh, I think you showed me that.
I showed you the video, and a white nose coati, I guess is what it's called, or it looks like it. I saw this animal just jumping around, eating stuff.
So funny because I thought its tail was a neck.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of these out in the jungle. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do in Guatemala. Um, I would advise if you're going, bring someone who speaks Spanish. You know,
Okay.
like aren't these sites beautiful? Okay,
Yeah,
so
I do want to go. What's your next
it's
one?
you know, not to sound bad or anything, but Central America isn't the safest place in the world.
That is true.
So I just like if you went there and then you got like murdered for some reason, I would feel bad.
So William's saying basically, do not listen to this video and go to Guatemala
Yeah, totally.
because he
But
does not want to be held liable for your kidnapping.
yeah, I mean Guatemala has a lot of beautiful sites. It's actually more modern than many people would assume because people assume Central America is just like unmodern. Is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
But they have what's it called? They have Panda Express. Okay, how are they not modern? They have Panda Expresses.
A sign that you're a modern country. You have Panda Express.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so for me, I mean, I guess I would like to go to Guatemala again, but I do without trying to sound extremely weebish. Do you know what a weeb is?
Yes, you want to go to Japan.
Yes. Not even just Japan though. Just like there's a lot of I'm really interested in just like ancient China, ancient Japan,
I mean, your
ancient
favorite part of
Korea.
history, I don't know if it's changed, is feudal Japan. So
Yeah, I really like feudal parts of just history in general. And I think feudal Japan, ancient China, and ancient Korea are very interesting, especially because of the way they perceive warriors differently. I would just like to see a lot of the sites. And the only thing is, Japan, well, okay, Asian countries in general are kind of weird to tourists. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be bad or anything, but I'm just, I always, I'm not really one of those people that like to travel a lot, you know,
Hmm.
especially when there's like language barriers. Like, I would feel more comfortable going to London than to like Japan or to even go to Guatemala again. Because I always know there's gonna be someone there who speaks English. Where, in other countries where the dominant language is not English, it's harder because you're really visiting a place where people won't understand you unless they speak your language, you know?
That's true.
So I would actually like to go to London, England.
Wait, so what about Japan?
Yeah, no, just skip by it. No, I would like to go to Japan, see the sights, look at samurai
I
culture.
think I think that's a really good pick, and I also think London's a good pick. Um, so I'm just gonna do one more, and it's like I guess like my bucket list place.
Oh, you want to die before? No, so you don't die before you get to this place.
Yes, basically, I want to go there before I die. This is the Great Barrier Reef.
Isn't that underwater?
Yes, but it's like near Australia, and just Australia in general. I really think is
I
an
don't know,
interesting.
man. Australia's talking about Guatemala is dangerous. Australia, they have spiders that are bigger than your leg.
I I know they have some scary stuff, but like jellyfish that can kill you in like seconds. But like I just feel like there's so much like
Hey,
I don't
man,
know.
it's your bucket
This
list. You go
this is
there, and if you die immediately, you still complete it, right?
that's true. But like I'm really into like animals and stuff, you know this.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's really like interesting the amount of species there and whatnot. So I would like to see that.
Hmm.
But what's your, I guess, number one place?
If I had to say my number one place I would like to go to, probably Guatemala again.
Well, that makes sense because you have like family history
Yeah,
there.
I'd like to see them. It's been like 4 years, so
You know, I found out that my family is like Middle Eastern and like my great grandparents were like, I guess, really big Muslims, which is weird because, well, it's not weird being Muslim, but like, it's
yeah.
weird because like my immediate family and like everyone I know is like a Christian within my
Hmm.
family. So it's really weird to think that like my family was Muslim because
Yeah.
everybody I know within my family are Christian.
Well, it makes sense they got some Middle East in you
Why is that?
because a lot of, I'm without generalizing here, a lot of white people, me included, because I look white, have a little bit of African in them. Then they got a little bit of Middle Eastern in them. Just sprinkled
That's
in.
true. But like it's just weird because like my great grandpa was like actually he was Muslim or he
I
was
wonder
Middle
when the
Eastern, and I don't know what part of the Middle East, but he was also Polish, like half and
yeah.
half. And then my great grandma, I think, was like a lot of Polish. That's why I'm so dumb. That's why I go on stupid rants.
Because you're Polish.
Yeah, never mind. That's religion. Have you never heard the thing that like Polish people are stupid?
That sounds.
You've never heard that?
I've n- I've never heard that. I've only heard Polish are
swear-
basically just like Russians. You know
Well,
what I mean?
I swear that's a stereotype.
Maybe it's like a stereotype. The people that come from like those areas are stupid, I would say. Not even like just Polish, but like the countries around it too, you know? So we yeah,
So
yeah, we're moving on to the media that made us.
I'm just gonna say something very obvious. William
Wow.
and I both played Pokemon.
No
Pokemon
way.
affected us. I mean, I don't know how. I know like Pokemon. I don't know if you would include this on your list, but like I would definitely include it on my list because like I watched the anime and stuff, and I was just assuming you would include it on your list.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to include say like this is both on our list because I know this one thing is, but I want a better explanation from what for why it's on your list.
Yeah. So do you
So
wanna
I'll say it, but I just want to hear your explanation. Star
okay.
Wars.
Star Wars. So you want
Was
me to
that
say my explanation first?
yes? Is that on your list?
Yeah. And I think about media that made me. Star Wars is definitely there. So
Yes.
I have this memory. Now, I've told this to my mom and my brother, but like, you're crazy. This never happened. But I have this memory of the first time I ever saw a Star Wars movie. I think it was episode 6. Sorry, not episode 6, episode 4, or episode 5. And I was in like a hospital for some reason, visiting something, and it was on TV. It was on like a TV thing. I watched it and I ate Burger King. And I remember that. I don't know
That's
why I
so
remember that.
strange.
Such a strange thing to think that I say it happened. Other people don't say it happened, but I'm pretty sure it happened. But anyways, that's like the first memory I have of seeing Star Wars. And the fact that I have a memory at all of first like seeing something makes me feel like it's important because I don't remember the first time I saw Pokemon or uh MCU stuff or I don't remember the first time I saw that stuff. I remember the first time I saw Star Wars then. But Star Wars has always been a big thing in my family, at least. My dad and mom used to buy collectibles because they knew that they were gonna get like become worth, right? It's like they get collectibles to sell in the future. So I've always had like Star Wars stuff around. And my brother, even before it was cool to like Obi-Wan, my brother liked Obi-Wan. And I actually, when I was younger, used to really like Anakin. Like I used to be like, oh, I'm like Anakin Skywalker, like Skywalker. If I was a like when like when you're little and you play around and you pretend you're characters.
Yes. So your brother was Obi-Wan and you were Anakin.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And thinking about Anakin now as a character, I think of it as like I like him as a character, but I'm not like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Star Wars has always been in my life. It's always inspired me in ways. thinking about these characters, thinking about it really introduced me to some uh hard to talk about topics. You know what I mean? Where it's like you saw this guy killing people using the force. And you're a little kid. You see people getting their limbs cut off. Seeing aliens and freaky creatures, you know?
That's true.
You're seeing all kinds of things. Really like lets you, yeah, I guess, get out of your comfort zone when you're a little kid. You know?
I do know what you mean.
But yeah, that's Star Wars for me.
So, I remember, I don't, my family was never really big into Star Wars. This is weird. But the thing, I don't remember exact date. I think I saw Star Wars before this. But the thing that really got me into Star Wars, I think, is a video game called the Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
Oh yeah.
And like my dad would, do you remember how they had like Force Ghosts,
Yeah.
like Yoda, and he was like worth a lot.
Yeah.
So basically, I'd play it with my dad. We'd go through the levels, and my dad would like stay up and collect coins for me so I could unlock those characters.
Dang. What a legend.
I know. And I was just like, I don't know, that really stuck with me and whatnot. Because I watched Star Wars before that, like, and I really liked it. But I think the Lego video game is the thing that really, really got me into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I for those video games in particular, now my brother, he's 4 years older than me. So like he played stuff that like, I didn't even. All right, best way to explain this is like you say the complete saga, right? Is when you like really got into Star Wars,
Yes.
which is actually the third Lego Star Wars game.
Yes.
My brother had the first and the second on PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. Same thing. Like you use the same disc. So I actually, growing up, played the original first like Star Wars game, Lego Star Wars game, which was just the first 3 episodes, I think. And then Star Wars 2 was like the original trilogy, and I played all those with it. Complete Saga, I'd already played Star Wars, you know? I'd already played the Lego Star Wars game. So I think I was
Wow.
exposed to it, Star Wars, even earlier, like than you. Like this was like I knew Star Wars before Marvel, I think.
So I was the opposite. I love Spider-Man. Love Spider-Man. Um, I knew Marvel because of Spider-Man and shows like that, like maybe X-Men too at some point, but mainly
Original
Spider-Man.
X-Men cartoon.
Yes, but mainly Spider-Man. And somehow, I don't remember, because I know I liked Star Wars before that game came out, and I liked watching the movies. It's just like I really, really got into it after that game. And I'm gonna attribute this game to like a lot of like the reason I do like this, I guess, fandom stuff, like stuff I guess you would consider nerdy, because like that really like jump started me into it. So I would say out of everything, this is like the piece of media that like really made me who I am.
Yeah. For Marvel and DC, My brother also really liked Spider-Man growing up. So like, he had all the okay, like when you and I were like one or maybe not even one, the Spider-Man movies came out. Or one of
Yes.
them did. Or the second one, first and second one
You
may
were
have been out.
born in
I was born well,
2002. Oh, sorry.
let's not disclose that. I'll cut out that.
You were
But
not
like,
born in.
you know what? I'll just say it, those Spider-Man movies were out before stuff. But yeah, my brother had those. Well, I haven't seen the movies. He had toys. I mean, I was he was really into Batman too. Also, there was this. I just remembered there was this crazy thing when I was little. This blew my mind. So that Batman TV show. It was not the animated series, but it was like a oh man, it was like a different take on Batman as a cartoon. I'm
Trying
trying to
to
think on how to best describe this. Let me look this up because I need.
the Batman,
Was it the Batman? Maybe
or was it Batman Beyond?
not Batman Beyond. But I do remember Batman Beyond.
Does it have
It's
like
like
that weird logo? And the Batman kind of looks weird.
the Batman, that one.
I do
There was
remember
this
that.
crazy thing where like it was almost like a Wii before the Wii existed. It's like a fighting thing where you had these like things that you would control with your hands and you would like be Batman. That blew my mind. Just don't even know what that was. Just straight blew my mind. But yeah, I like superheroes.
Yeah, so this is I don't know if I've actually told you about this. Huge fan of Spider-Man, love Spider-Man for like most of my life. Did not look into a lot of other superhero stuff. Like
Yeah.
liked Batman, watched some of Batman shows, but like not huge into superheroes. And then when I was younger, probably when did the Avengers movie come out?
2012.
So I was playing on a baseball team. I loved baseball at this point. Like I was decent at it, so I loved baseball. I had friends and they said basically like, "Oh my gosh, have you seen Avengers?" Blah blah blah, because it just came out. Like it's so awesome when Cap reflects like the laser off his shield or whatever. Because like I don't remember, but like for some real weird reason, I remember these words. I was like, "How cool could that be?" It's just like a shield. So I was like, "Dad, can we watch Avengers?" And he's like, "Sure." So I just remember sitting there and being like, holy crap, this is amazing. And so, like, I never watched the MCU in order when I first started. I think I saw Avengers and then I saw Captain America, then I saw the Iron Man movie. And that's just basically what got me started on that, all because, like, some friends are like, we're talking and I overheard them talking. I was like, oh, it can't be that cool. And they're like, well, you have to watch it.
For me, I was one of those people that knew about characters like before the movie. I had known about Marvel because I'd like watching like all the TV shows and I didn't really like look into a lot of comic stuff, but I knew a decent amount. I would say like I knew all the characters were in Avengers. Um, because there's that Ultimate Avengers movie, and I was like, oh, they're making an Avengers movie. Where's Giant Man? and Wasp. That's what I thought. Uh,
It's really interesting because like, you know, just talking like you like grew up in like something like in a household that was like, okay, like this is this. I grew up in a household that was just like, okay, whatever. Like I don't know what this is, but seems cool and I'm glad you like it, right?
yeah, my dad was uh, always into like superhero stuff too. You know, like my dad. I remember this when I was little. This is before like they made a Captain America movie or like any of those movies with the
Oh, it's
MCU.
the old school Captain America.
Okay, so like my dad used to tell me this was not true, but he would always tell this to me. He would say Captain America died, and he died because he went out to fight a bad guy army all by himself, and no one came to help him. So he fought off and died a hero's death. I was like, oh, Captain America's cool.
Huh.
And I was just like, okay. I don't know why he told me that. I don't know why he thought that. But I I was aware of like all this stuff growing up because my dad was always into it. And little did I know, so like I'm gonna take a turn from MCU and traditional nerd stuff like Star Wars and and you know Marvel and DC
Fine.
to the anime stuff, right? I'm gonna talk about that now because that's part of the media that made me. Growing up, watching Boomerang, the Teen Titans, and other stuff like that, Cartoon Network had you know shows like Naruto, which growing up, little did I know, but a lot of the stuff I was watching was Japanese. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Bakugan, Digimon, um, Naruto. Samurai Jack is not made by Japanese. It's not like an anime, but it's
Yeah.
based off anime. Same thing with Avatar, The Last Airbender, based off of anime. Um, it just was like so much stuff that I didn't know was already Japanese that I really enjoyed and liked. And then I actually like started actually watching it 8th grade because I'd watched stuff when I was little, but I hadn't like stayed watching it. And then 8th grade, someone said I should watch um SAO, which was it was on Netflix. It was SAO stands for Sword Art Online, which is a show about people getting stuck on a video game and they have to like try to survive. And I was like, okay, watched it, thought it was good. So then I watched other stuff like Death Note, which is another really popular one. And I just kind of kept watching. And now it's like what, 7, maybe I don't even know how many years. It's a lot of years later. And now I can watch an anime with subtitles and not even blink and even think about, oh, I don't know what's going on.
It's really cool.
Like I'm
I
adjusted to it.
I guess kind of bringing it back to the superhero stuff. I know, like you're talking about Cartoon Network. One of the shows on Cartoon Network that like I guess really piqued my interest was Ben 10.
Ben 10, absolute legend. I love that man.
I love that show, and that's a show I always used to watch.
I even watched the sequel series.
I watched like the live action movie they made and whatnot.
Yo, I have
I have it
uh
too.
Ben 10 Alien Swarm on disc.
I do too, I think, actually. Is that the live action one?
So there's actually been 2 live action movies. So you have Ben 10 when he's a 10-year-old. There's a live action for that. Then there is Ben 10 Alien Force. And there's a live action for that movie called Alien Swarm, where he's like a 15, 16-year-old.
Okay, let me look it up. Yeah, let me see which one I have.
I have Alien Swarm on disc. And the first one he fights Ego, and the second one he fights like a alien insect thing.
So I have Ben 10 Race Against Time.
That's the one where he faces off against Ego. Yeah, dude. I
yeah.
love that stuff, dude. I am an actual nerd. But it's okay.
I wish I remembered more about it because I used to watch it all the time. It's just like I don't remember everything about it, like, you know,
Yeah.
which is weird because like I used to watch Spider-Man all the time, heard of a bunch of Spider-Man villains, and now I'm like, why don't I remember any of the Spider-Man villains? Because there's so many. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know what happened to cause me to forget this type of stuff. But like, I don't know.
I actually
So
remember this was probably like, gosh, I was in like 7th or 6th grade when I got one of my newer dogs. And I actually remember the first day I saw this dog because my family was bringing her home. And I was upstairs with my 2 other dogs while they were all out getting the dog. And I was watching Ben 10 Alien Force on Netflix. Oh, yeah. Alright. So,
yeah.
any other
So
media make you?
so this is just really weird. This one's kind of I'm gonna save this other one for last because I feel like it just getting out of the way, Disney movies had a huge impact on my life. I'm just gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
this super quick.
Disney in general just made
Cars, Toy Story.
Cars. Yeah.
So I
Pixar.
know you don't like Cars, but I grew up with Cars. I
I
collected.
like Cars 1.
Yeah, you know how they have those cars you could collect, like the Lightning McQueens you'd see at like Target or Walmart.
Yeah.
I have a collection of those. I
Ooh.
collected those with my like dad and whatnot. So I have like cars. I have like the Elvis RV, stuff like that. Just really big impact on my life. But getting that out of the way, basically, have you seen a movie called The Spiderwick Chronicles?
Yes, I thought about it as we were watching. I mean, that's not watching. As we were talking, because I remembered it. That movie is actually good. I don't know if it's still good, but I really liked it.
Love that. Love that movie.
Yeah, it's on disc somewhere. I thought about it when I was talking about when I was little and used to play and pretend I was Anakin. My cousins and I used to play and pretend we were in Spiderwick.
And I'm pretty sure I read the books too.
Okay, well, you're a loser for that.
So, but
You don't
this
read. Come on, man.
this is really weird, William. Like
I'm
when I think
joking.
about my past, like I'm not sure what happened, but like I can't remember books I've read. I can't remember certain things about certain things. Like looking back, I just have a hard time remembering this type of stuff. I don't know if something happened that like I don't know, like because like you know how like if you go through like trauma, like my first death was like in 7th grade where my grandmother passed away. I don't know if that caused me to like forget a lot, and like kind of
This is getting really dark.
I know, but like this is just weird. Just it
I
caused
was
me
gonna
to like
make this like we're in like a simulation joke, but that's poor taste now.
no, but like I don't know if that caused me to like kind of
Forget.
forget a bunch of stuff. Does that make sense?
I get that.
Because like I bundle up my childhood because my grandma wasn't like in my childhood a lot. Like we did a lot of stuff, and I guess I don't know if that caused me to like kind of close that stuff up because because that happened. That's the only like solution I can think because like I'll talk about stuff and I'll just be like, oh yeah, I read this, I read that, but I don't remember a single word from it. Like I just remember, oh, I read it.
I mean, I get that. I mean, I read The Hobbit, but I don't remember what happens in the book.
So
It's just minimalized, which everything's said. But that's tough. I don't really know how to respond to that. Gotta be honest.
no, but sorry, just like that was just like a side tangent because I'm like because I've been saying a lot. I just don't remember this. Like
Yeah.
that's what I've been saying this whole time, and that's the only like theory I can think of to actually come up with it. But like Spiderwood Chronicles, I used to like go around like just like, gosh, I got some type of toy. I don't know if it was like McDonald's or something.
I think yeah,
Did they have McDonald's toys?
maybe. I remember having like a toy for that as well.
And like they had these like looking glasses things, and
Yeah.
I used to pretend like I could see stuff out of them.
Yeah. So me and cousins used to do back in the day.
And okay, this might explain a lot about my life. This next one, this next piece of media that made me, I was like 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
Weird age, like maybe 6, 4, 5, 6, probably to 7 or 8. Oh, I just thought of something else. I used to love Herbie the Love Bug, but that's a side thing. That's one thing that
Yo,
made it.
the punch bug, the punch
Yes,
buggy.
yeah.
Yeah. They made a whole movie about that.
There's a
Lindsay
bunch of
Lohan
movies.
was in it. I
Yeah,
think.
maybe I don't remember, but like I used to love that. I don't know why. Like had a Herbie cake. My mom made like a cake shaped like that for me
Dang.
one year.
Where's that
Yeah,
reboot? Where's that
I
reboot?
don't I don't know, but it's so when you're like that age, you're like expected to watch like Disney movies, stuff like that, kind of like childish stuff.
Yeah.
I watched probably one of the like
True crime.
darkest movies you could watch. That was still like a kid movie.
The Black Cauldron.
No, I did watch that. Bridge to Terabithia.
That movie, bro. I watched it when I was young too. I don't remember what happens. I'm pretty sure mine just like protected me from the trauma because whenever I think about that movie, all I see is the actors, and that's it. I don't. The girl dies or something, right?
Yeah,
And then him and his sister go back to the imaginary world or something. Or they see
yeah,
something.
but I would watch it on repeat, like non-stop.
I don't think that was helpful.
And like my parents were like concerned at one point because they're
He's watching this movie
like
too
they
much.
no, not even that because they're he, like they had to talk with me and they're like, "Do you realize this girl dies in the movie?" And I said, "Yeah." And they're like, okay, like, are you not sad about it? And I said, well, yeah, but I don't know. And
Yeah.
so basically they were like really concerned because they thought I had like problems because they didn't think I felt emotions normally or something because of it. I think
I
just
caught
because
on.
I'd watch it so much,
Yeah,
which is really weird.
kind of weird. I caught up to like caught on to death pretty early. I don't think my parents were actually even like they weren't even trying to hide it from me. I think because I knew people died, right? Like people, you know.
Yeah. I
I mean, when you're watching Star Wars, what do you think happens to all those people?
I mean,
What do
yes,
you think
but
happened
like
to the Death Star?
that's true. That's kind of how I viewed it, but like I guess it was just like, oh, that doesn't matter. Like death is death. Death is, like we live to die kind of thing. That's kind of my thought process. But then
Pessimistic.
someone like someone close to me passed away, and like that changed my perception of death significantly because it's like death is not just a thing that happens. Death is like a thing that's going to happen, but we have to make the most of the time we have, I guess.
Yeah.
Really weird. I know we're talking about the media that made us, but like, and I don't know how we got in this conversation, but just like,
That's what's good about the podcast format. We actually like it when we do
yeah,
this. Remember?
yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I know we have to stop recording soon because you have something to do.
I have
But
until like 2.
you have to get food, don't you?
I usually would, but what's it called? I have a thing where I'm meeting someone at like 2, so that's why I can take it a little bit easier today.
Okay, well that's fine. I guess we can still talk about the movies that made us then, if you have
Yeah.
anything else to say.
Well, I mean, fantasy.
That's true, that genre. I know you were super into the Lord of the Rings
What do you
and
mean
The
were?
Hobbit. Well, not were, you still are. Like I never was, I guess,
Celebrimbor.
introduced to that. But
Like I even play the video games. Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean. I knocked my curtain down, but that's okay. Um,
are you
yeah,
talking about like a piece of media, Pirates of the Caribbean?
yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean. It's pretty dope.
Definitely. We also talked. Yeah, it's so weird because now I'm thinking of like the movies that like we talked about on our list of like top movies or whatever.
Mhm.
Narnia too. Like I watched Narnia all the time when I was younger.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You just
Yes. To a lot of, I guess, what we like. So I've just noticed a common theme that we like stuff that's like out of this world or beyond this world,
yeah,
right?
not realistic.
Yes. And so I always interpreted that as like, I feel like that's also not good because it also doesn't help your personality or like help you in like real life. I mean, it can, but
You always
also,
have your head in the clouds.
yes, and you're always like imagining, but like you, I
World
guess
needs creative people.
you're not content with, not that you're not content with what you have, but you just want to be out of this world because this world is so, I don't know. And I feel like it's becoming more common because like, not that the world's becoming worse because the world's been like not a very good place for a while, right?
Yeah,
But like people want to escape and I don't know what particularly we were escaping from. Maybe it was like schoolwork, or maybe, I don't know. Like, I know, sorry, I know this is getting personal. Like, me personally, and I know you kind of struggled with this too. I had problems with like fitting in and kind of like people like making fun of me and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe we were just trying to like get out of that. Does that make sense?
You know, I mean, I do agree. For me personally, though, growing up, I was a pretty happy-go-lucky kid.
I
I
mean,
was always,
I was too, like, but as like I'm talking about as you get older,
you become more conscious.
yeah, and maybe it's just because it's the thing we like that when we were kids, we delve more into those things because that was a simple time.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something behind it, maybe there's something that's not, but I just think that's interesting to think about because a lot of what we used to, or at least from what I've seen, a lot of what we used to look into, we still look into, but just into a greater extent.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, you can look into Narnia, and then it goes into like the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings universe, like just
Yeah. I think
very,
you learn to appreciate that stuff.
that's true.
Well, I mean, that's really all I have to say about the media that makes sense.
Yes. Well, if you like the video, please like and then also consider subscribing. Like,
Yeah, that would be good.
yeah, because
Alright.
we have a goal this year. And
Yep.
what was our goal? It was like,
Just basically double everything.
yes.
That was it.
So help us get there and tell your friends all about us. If maybe even have a discussion about some of the topics we're talking about. Maybe you and a friend want to talk about the movies that made you or the media that made you, because now I know more about William. Like, I knew a lot about William before, and now I understand William more. So it's a good conversation to have.
And that is vice versa. I know Lincoln more now too, even though I knew him a lot already.
Right. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, see you guys next time.